Day there, YouTube. I'm just going to do a little video response to one of my commenters here on YouTube. Delta 9 Sunshine had asked if I could show him how, if the GoPro is capable of becoming a dedicated dash cam with a 24-hour camera on it. The main issues with the GoPros is that it's got a small memory chip in it, so you can only take the 4 hours of video, like with the with a 32 gig, you can take about 4 hours of video with it. So the main problem was that you'd have to keep taking it out and deleting the files. Well, there's a way around that. If you go into the settings, you go into this menu here, select it, and you keep going through. You keep going through the menus until you get to capture settings right here. If you can see that right there, capture settings, that's the one that you want to go to. You select it and you go through the screens again until you get to this icon here. It's got the little video camera and it's got a continuous loop that goes around it. It's off on mine right now, so you select it and then you have your choices between off, max, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or sorry, 20 minutes, and then you have a big one of 60 and 120 minutes. So basically, after that amount of time, if you have it set to 5 minutes per se, it'll take 5 minutes of video, and then it'll start a new save file. So it's basically like you're taking a new video every 5 minutes. Or the max setting that you see here, that will fill the entire memory chip with one video the whole time, and as soon as it gets full, then it'll erase that and it'll continuously start making a whole other video. So if something happens while you're driving and you want to save it, you have to make sure that you shut off your GoPro before it deletes it. If you forget, it'll delete the video and it'll start again, and you'll miss the data that you wanted to save. The only other problem with the GoPro doing that is the battery, because the GoPro has a small battery. Unless you get the battery pack on the like I have here, this is a whole other battery pack that gives me about another extra 2 hours of video. But what I've found out is that you can purchase these from any other store that sells the GoPros, so it's not a big deal. But the main issue with it is that in order to get power to this, if you want to use it for a dedicated camera, you need to get continuous power going to this all the time so that you can not have to worry about changing the batteries out or having spares or plugging it in when you're driving. The way around that, if you're not completely partial to your case, is when you put the GoPro in here, you see the USB port right here for your camera. That's when you need to charge it. When you go to put it in your case, unfortunately, it gets hidden behind this waterproof casing, and it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't this back piece, because it's got this little hole in the back. So unfortunately, that's for the back portion, and it doesn't reach the USB port. If you don't mind doing it, you can cut a hole in this. You just drill a little hole and then you file it out until it's big enough to fit a USB cable in it. Now, the other thing, this is the GoPro USB. It's quite short and it won't reach from your camera all the way down to a 12-volt plug. All you have to do, you have to buy a cable that is long enough to reach from your GoPro and your windshield, reach down to your 12-volt adapter, and then be able to plug into a 12-volt adapter with a USB port in it. Once you have that, you drill a hole in your case big enough for the USB. You can plug it into your adapter into the 12-volt socket there. If people don't know what the 12-volt socket in your car is, it's basically the cigarette lighter in your car. If you guys don't have a cigarette lighter, it should be in the middle console of your car, anywhere in there within reach of the driver. So you do that, you plug it in, and then you turn it on, you do those modes, you go through those modes, put it on max, 5, 20, all the way up to 120, whatever you prefer. Have a memory chip in your GoPro. Once you got all that, you're good to go. You set it up, and the other thing you'd need would be obviously a suction mount for your windshield. Those are cheap. I think I got mine for like $30 to $40 at Future Shop. So it's quite cheap and it's really handy, and it'll stick to anything. Like, I was reefing on it and it would not come off. So don't worry about it falling off while you're driving or anything like that. Do those simple steps and you got yourself a dedicated dash cam, which you can take off and use for everyday uses, whether you're going to go out do some adventure training and have some fun with it and take some videos of it. Thanks a lot for watching. Comment, and if you have any other questions, I can do another video for you. Thanks. Bye.